You're a witch.
I'm a witch. I'm a...
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. Jason, Joe, and Krams are here. And it is the final four of our March Badness 2022 tournament. Just 4 songs left, 2 matchups to talk about today. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, I would go watch those first. We've been counting down the worst songs of all time. We started with 32 on one-on-one matchups, have whittled it down now to 4. We are taking audience votes for which they think is the worst. The audience decision is worth 2 points, and then we each get 1 point. So for us to overturn the audience, we need to be unanimous here. So let's see what we've got going. Our first matchup is Ahab the Arab by Ray Stevens. And he is going up against Ooh by Jimmy Fallon featuring will.i.am.
Had a lot of, I think 3 matchups last round we overturned. So let's see if we're lining up with the audience again. Ray Stevens versus Jimmy Fallon, 2 heavyweights, respective corners. And the audience, pretty heavily handed for Ooh by Jimmy Fallon. Over 3/4 of the vote, 77%. 152 to 46. You guys agree?
Well, I don't think there's much of a competition here because Joe's made it abundantly clear throughout the other episodes that Ooh is his least favorite of all of the songs. I don't think Ahab has a chance of sneaking through. This is going to be Jimmy, and I think I agree anyways. Jimmy's going to go.
Yeah, they deserve to be in the final spot. Joe, tell us why.
Well, it's a battle of 2 comedians, comic little masterpieces of shittiness here. I just think, despite Ahab the Arab's, very insensitive, probably racist overtones, very obviously, Ew is just so unfunny that, as a comedian, Jimmy Fallon should be very offended that he had anything to do with this. It is probably the least funny thing I've ever seen as far as like a song. It's just, there's zero humor. There's zero satire at all. It's just like the most obvious, stupidest, like little catchphrases and sayings that he probably stole from the internet, some like BuzzFeed list. It's just god awful. It's so bad.
Jimmy Fallon's song is more offensive to every nationality and ethnic group, just for, being terrible. And, Ray Stevens is lame, but it's a novelty song and it's kind of on par with his brand. And this is just like you said, I'm one of the late night hosts that make a ton of money and get a ton of ratings, and here's my material, and it sucks.
All right, the other side of the bracket, we have got If You Are in Love by Boston up against Hey Soul Sister by Train. And this is going to be interesting because the audience has voted by a fairly narrow margin for Boston, If You Are in Love. I will let Cram go first on this one.
I'll talk first, but I don't even know if I've made up my mind yet. They're both garbage in very different ways. The professionalism of Hey Soul Sister is there. There's absolutely like no technique or professionalism in the Boston song. So, apples and oranges. How are we going to call this one? They're not even playing the same game here, damn it. Train has terrible lyrics. I'm a big lyrics guy. If You Were in Love, not objectionably bad lyrics, but you can't really pay attention to them because you're just like, what the hell is going on sonically with this song? But, oh man, I don't pass. I'm not making a decision yet.
It is so hard because, like you already said, the lyrics on the Boston song are so like 70s AOR. Like it's just like he hasn't learned or changed one iota from the 70s. It's just, we could settle down, wouldn't fool around, wouldn't have a doubt if you were in love. Like those are the lyrics. They're super lame and cheesy, but they're not objectively like horrendous like Hey Soul Sister. So, lyrics, which are you judging on? Lyrically, Boston, way better. Musically, if you like the slick, songs that sound like a professional wrote them, you gotta go with Hey Soul Sister. But for me, no, I gotta go with Hey Soul Sister being worse. Hey Soul Sister was everywhere. It was all over the radio. People liked it. People loved it. People wanted to hear it. Boston, it's buried on an album that 20 people heard. I just don't think it's big enough to really warrant being named the worst song. So I'm going with Hey Soul Sister on this.
I think I'm with you. So it's 2-2. I'm saying Hey Soul Sister is worse, and my deciding factor is when I listen to Hey Soul Sister, I feel gross and it's ugly and I just hate it. There's like a level of enjoyment and just giggling I get listening to the Boston song. So at least physiologically, it gives me good feelings a little bit somehow in the wrong way, but so it's tied. Who's going to the final, Jace, against Jimmy Fallon?
Well, I like your reasoning, and I think I agree. I think we have to overturn this because the train song, it's like knowingly bad. It knows what it's doing, and I think that is far more egregious.
It knows what it's doing, like it's a fucking entity or something. It knows. It is an entity, isn't it?
It might be, literally might be an entity.
These two final songs are so bad that the internet might just like combust when we have to talk about both of them. Might need a priest on hand for this one. It's Tyson versus Ali, the matchup we never thought we'd get, and now we got it.
All right, so the final matchup is Set Ooh by Jimmy Fallon and will.i.am up against Hey Soul Sister by Train. You can go vote on our website now. The link is in the video description. So we got one more left. We'll come back and we will see who the winner is of the 2022 March Badness tournament. Before you head over to vote, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, merch. All of that stuff is in the description. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.